For sure.
Today, I want you to tell us, our viewers, one concern. Why should we advocate or be into greenhousing?
Okay, so I believe that all of us can testify that most of us, when we're growing up, we grew up in houses with so many trees, especially, and we can testify that the trees made the house, first of all, cool, serene, calm. It made the place well ventilated. So personally, I believe that when we are building houses, we are not supposed to build homes or houses that look like corporate offices. No, we are supposed to build houses that are, first of all, well ventilated, and secondly, that are affordable. Affordable in the sense that when you have many trees in your house, it brings in so much air that you're not supposed to spend so much money on bills, especially electrical bills.
Okay.
You understand? So I believe it makes, first of all, it makes the place nice. It makes the place well ventilated, and it helps to save cost on electricity too. So these are my views.
Okay, so what if a client who has no idea and his or her motive is, oh, I want this corporate building as you are talking about, and then what would you say, or how would you convince this person to get into this greening project or practice?
Okay, so I believe so many people are not into greenery because I believe they don't know the advantages that greenhousing comes with.
Okay.
That's what I say. I believe that once you know the advantages it comes with, including saving you some cost or the amount of money you can save when you have trees in your house.
Oh, so you're saying greening house save cost?
Yeah, that's save cost for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure.
Building,
yes,
for yourself, and then at the same time saving cost.
Yeah,
How?
For sure. Okay, so let me explain. So, example, like let's say you have a nice house, right?
Okay.
And you have about 10 trees on your compound. Compare that to somebody who is having the same house and no trees on your compound. Which place will you personally prefer to stay?
Oh,
of course,
and the serene.
Yes, exactly. So the place being serene,
yeah.
First of all, it makes the place well ventilated, which
Sure.
of course is also good for your health. First of all,
Okay.
so it helps in terms of health. It helps in saving cost as well. You understand? Because let's be real, when we have houses with no trees at all, most times the inside becomes so hot.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you can open your louvers but nothing changes. But if you have a house with so many trees, you open the louvers and fresh air rushes into the room, keeps the room temperature low. So you don't always have to turn on fan. You don't always have to use AC. If you can, I believe you can testify.
Oh, okay. So if I may ask, so talking about greening project practice, so why is it that the Aspira, those from the Aspira are chasing those kind of properties, and then we here are trying to build those corporate buildings?
Yes, so all depends on the what I said initially, which is what? The education. Most of them have been educated enough. They know the importance in terms of how much you can save, in terms of the health benefits it comes with, in terms of the serenity of the environment. They are away. That's why most of them can just leave their houses, go outdoor, travel, go to the bush and forest somewhere, just to experience what greenery, because they know the advantages it comes with. So all depends on the education.
Okay, talking about the importance, the advantages of the green, what are some of the challenges? Because everything good has its side effects. So, what are some of the challenges?
Okay, so for greenery, there's some of the challenges I can say that most people, personally, I've not experienced it, but most people, I've heard it said countless times. Some people claim they've proved, but it's something I have personally heard. I haven't experienced it in my house,
okay.
So I say that some people say that some of the trees, because of the type of roots they have, it has effect on your what? Foundation. Personally, I haven't experienced that, but even with that, I believe there are some trees you can still plant and avoid that particular issue.
Okay.
You can't tell me you can plant pawpaw tree and then have that issue. No, pawpaw tree, the root is not as strong as, let's say, something like a neem tree or mango tree. No. So whatever be the case, you should still plant trees. It's very, very, very important.
Okay, so
aside that,
going to our social media handout, a friend said he thinks that Kweku said he thinks that greening is very good, but side effect, which is pests, pesticide and those kind of rodents, especially snakes, rats, because of the environment, How would you even do that?
Okay, so personally, I would say that rodents and these animals, snakes, rodents, cockroaches, and the rest, most of them, they come most times they come to your house because of the way you keep your surrounding.
Okay.
You can't tell me you find rodents in a well kept place. No,
No, I'm
it's
not
not
sure.
possible.
No, it's not possible.
Let me give an example. If you keep your grasses clean, you always cut your grass. You always make sure you trim your trees. What would the rodents be? Secondly, let's say your refuse. You keep food in your refuse. You keep the surrounding clean. You make sure you always spray the place. There's just no way rodents be around.
Okay.
Just no way, because most of them thrive in filthy environments. You understand? They like places with leftover food. Basically dirty places. You understand?
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Exactly. So most of them, that's what they like. So if your place is not that clean,
Okay.
there's a very high possibility that they will thrive in that
Okay.
area. Yeah.
Okay, so talking about the greening project and properties. Okay, can you tell me some of the companies that advocate that project and properties?
Yeah. So one company that advocates, first of all, it advocates affordable housing as well as more green. We should build more greenhouse. One is Radolf Investment and Design Consult. The other one I personally know I've been to before is Trazaco. So these two people. But in terms of pricing, I believe Radolf has a better price overall. So that's what I say.
Oh, okay. So which means Radolf and Trazaco, as you're saying,
Yeah.
are those two companies that are advocating for greening.
Sure.
Radolf also advocate for affordable.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what makes Radolf genuine? What makes Radolf stand out in these real estate industries in Ghana?
Okay, so first of all, they've been in business for about 15 years.
Oh, more than a decade.
Exactly. So we cannot testify that when a company is existing, was existed over a decade, then which means they are doing something right.
Sure.
Yes, because human beings transfer information so fast. If I come to you and your service is poor, I tell my brother that your service is poor.
For sure.
So there is no way my brother will come to you, and then that will affect your business negatively.
Yeah.
You understand? Exactly. Word of mouth. Exactly. So because they've been so consistent with delivering, sometimes even before the estimated time.
Okay.
You understand? So with this, I believe that should even say everything. I don't know why you should it. Another thing too is that their motto is building relationship through loyalty. And it's fact. You give them the money, you are safe. Whatever when they promise you are delivering your product, your project in a month or two time, yeah, you're good to go.
Okay, viewers, you've heard it all from Caleb the Realtor, that one of the companies that advocate for the greening and affordable housing is Radolf and Investment Consult. Okay, so what make them genuine in terms of licenses, office? Do they have office license?
Yeah. Okay, so under the Real Estate Agency Act,
Okay.
it says that every company in the real estate sector is supposed to have license. So you're supposed to have license whether you are a brokerage or an agent. These two people especially. You understand? So Radolf has license. They've also, they also have other agents. So I believe we are good to go. Secondly, they have office as well.
Okay.
Because the Real Estate Agency Act says that you shouldn't close a deal by the roadside. If I'm buying a house from you, first of all, I'm supposed to meet you in an office.
Okay, so where can we locate their office?
Yes, so the office is at Domi Born Again. It's closer to GCD.
Okay, what about website?
Yeah, so the website is radolfconsult.com. We'll make sure to put that on the screen.
Oh, okay, so
I believe we're good. Yeah.
So within 30 seconds, can you tell our viewers why and what do you think will encourage them, to motivate them to advocate the greening properties and projects as you say?
Okay, personally, I wish, or I'll say that I believe if government should decide to give anybody involved in this building green projects at least subsidy one way or the other, maybe the government can subsidize the land, maybe they cement the blocks, something. Just government should subsidize something. It can be the amount you spend on permits, the amount you spend on registering your land and all that. These things. I believe government should subsidize one of these. It will encourage people to build more houses and basically have more greenery. I really believe so.
Okay, as you can hear, it has been said all have been said, and I wouldn't add anything. But all I'll tell you is that don't forget to subscribe, and then have a blessed day. See you. Peace.